and he did it to a lake in Japan, like a real, not a small lake, but like are you looking it up? And then
No, he was checking the stream was up.
no, he was checking the thing because I sent him a link.
Right, a minute and 20 and then we're live.
That's a naked photo of your monkey. That's fine.
Now got to send Ericon and one of the biggest like to try it.
Right, you ready? Pull your stupidest face as close to the camera as you can, right? We're doing our close-ups.
Oh, I should have done Instagram photos, yeah.
There you go.
There we go, mint it. It's well better that countdown timer just keeps going now. Managed to fix it.
This is weird.
That's a big monocle.
Everybody.
That's the HCW song.
Drop tomorrow. I want to make it clear, HCW is not dropping tomorrow.
Right, 10, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Missed out 9 and 8.
Scots with soul, we'll build this network. Scots and soul. Build this network on Scots with soul. Yo, folks, what's happening? And welcome back to the IndiScots Scots with Soul podcast. I'm Cod Ate My Dog, and this week we have SquareGoGamers returning. We have James Andrushin with us. How you doing, guys?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Never met you before, James. How are you?
He doesn't speak for the both of us.
we have a newcomer in the form of Scottish Space Mechanic in the top right there. How you doing, dude?
Not bad. You?
I'm doing good, man. And then we have Viper, my co-host as well. How are you doing, Viper San? Welcome back. He's got beer and fucking strawberry laces. He's a lucky man tonight. Give me some strawberry laces. Use your strawberry laces as a straw. There is a good idea.
No, alright, I'm sorry. I do not think Red Vine and Innocent Gun would work.
You said you don't think. Get it tried.
About, yeah, it's a bit of buzz. Get it done.
He's a big girl, isn't he? He's a bigger girl than you, Roshin. Right, I think what we'll start with in the podcast this week, don't know whether to go straight for the Pakistani politicians because that is quite funny. It's not racist in any way. It's just happens to be Pakistani people. They're just people fucking up, and it's really funny. Fuck it, we'll go with it, right? And the thing that I type in chat for this to bring up the article is oops. So did anybody? This is what I actually brought to my attention by Vanessa this week. Did you see this about the Pakistani government? They done a live stream the same way as like the British government stream their sessions and stuff. But as you can see here, they've left this cat filter on. Like, well done, guys. Look at them cutting about me.
Here,
so this happened today.
Pakistani government could be run by furries. You know it.
His moustache is amazing.
His moustache is godly, man.
It goes so well.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. Let's have a wee bit of a closer look at that moustache. Give moustache, zoom right in.
I love that profile picture.
I love how the rest of them are looking down as if, oh fuck, we've been caught with our furry disguises.
Wait, is the moustache? Is the moustache? Aye, the moustache does look real, but look, it's edited these eyes. It's gave them whiskers.
The moustache is real. It's the cat nose on top of it that just makes it. It makes it look like a sad cat. The moustache, like, oh, it's a cat.
I didn't notice the sad cat nose, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually more loving the profile picture and how it just looks like he's about to sell you a car.
But how can Aye, it's fair enough. Like a daft wee stream like IndiScots, we could make daft mistakes like that. Do you know what I mean? And like, but come on, like they're going to get away with it. It's funny, right? It's probably going to. But why? Why? How did that slip through the cracks, man? Who wants to take that? Who wants to take this one?
It doesn't work.
It's a hot cake, isn't it? People are like, I don't want to talk about it because Scottish people have got a history of being racist to Pakistani people, and but no
It's not
try.
that. I just think it's funny. But the thing is like, I don't know. Our government does stupid stuff like that as well. But
All the
to
time.
be honest, how many people in our country watch like the live Westminster stuff?
Well, I tell you one thing, right?
Well,
See if they done
I do
supper.
sometimes, right? But unless it's like a huge thing, not a lot of people watch it. So the likelihood of that many people watching, so that's probably why it wasn't caught straight away.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Not
but-
gonna lie, I watch it when Mary
So-
Black's on it because I know some good shit's gonna come out of her mouth.
but
Only would Mary Black have the confidence to say the word hee-haw in Parliament.
have you seen the like? You can get
You
a,
saw
a-
that?
Absolutely.
It's obviously an attachment for your webcam that can turn you into like it's like a dog or a dinosaur or something like that. Have you seen that? Where the people can like be a dog or a dinosaur and they're just like moving about and the mouse moving and all that. Well, can you imagine like the British government or any government for that matter decided, see your session today, we're going to put that on, and you've got fucking the T-Rex arguing with the fucking Pomeranian and fucking, do you know what I mean, in the House of Lords or
Boris
something.
Johnson,
Cunts would
Pomeranian,
well
that's
sign in and watch that, man. They'd be like, ah, did you see
That
that?
would make it
That was-
fucking entertaining.
That was fucking brilliant, man. You've got the speaker in the speaker chair as a gorilla. Do you know what I mean?
I'd watch that.
Exactly. I'd watch that. Do you know what I mean? I'd
This episode of
companies
Parliament
with
TV
fucking
is sponsored by Snapchat.
British government for fucking making money off the ads and all that.
Like,
Like,
filter today.
But then, see if you think about it, like the only reason it was funny was because, like, obviously Pakistani, like they take their government stuff really seriously. But in Japan, that would be fucking normal. Like in Korea, they'd be like, "Ah, here is our prime minister. Here's our president with cat ears." Ta-da! Like Japanese, that they're
to-
fucking mental.
To be fair, in
But it's
Japan,
not
like half the-
disrespectful. That's just how they do it. They're
Here's our new
amazing.
mascot, Resuko.
Yeah.
Here, speaking of that, right? There's a city in Japan. I can't remember which. I think it starts with N. I know that, but I can't remember what it's called. but-
Nagasaki.
No, not
Naruto?
Nagasaki. It's like not Naruto. That's the language. I don't know. Like it's. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, their tourism mascot is now Lapras.
That's
Lapras.
amazing.
Mhm.
It's a better Pokemon than fucking
Pokemon Trust. Pokemon.
Oh right. I'm like, what are they talking about? What is happening? What's Halapris?
You know
What? Do you know what I mean?
I'm shocked.
It's
like,
funny because he
genuinely.
looks like he's wearing a Pokemon.
Yeah, I genuinely thought you would be into Pokemon. I thought
Aye,
you were
like
into-
I used to be into
Magikarp is
Pokemon when
used
there
to-
was 150 of them. Do you know what I mean?
Miyagi. That's it. Wait, no, Miyagi. He was the guy who taught what's his face karate.
Mr. Miyagi.
Aye, Mr. Miyagi's the guy who taught karate. Yes, that's correct.
Karate Kid thing.
We could be wrong here. That could actually be the name of the city. We could just be really racist right now.
But aye, while we're on the subject to the Pakistani government, we're going to just get this right out the way as well, right? They've done another huge fuck up this week. The video looks like it does look kind of semi-real, right? But it's a GTA video, right? And this Pakistani last week Pakistan's Awami Tariq Secretary General shared incredible footage of an aeroplane narrowly avoiding an oil tanker that had stopped on the runway with less than a metre of clearance. The Airbus manages to pull up and soar over the stopped vehicle, averting what would have been an otherwise terrible disaster, except Gandapur didn't seem to realise that the video was a stunt pulled off in GTA 5. Right, here we go, we'll watch a video, right?
That's awkward. Miyagi was the place to that process, so I've just branded the racist.
It doesn't even look real.
Oh shit! Oh, here comes a pole lane.
But like that guy's, you can just imagine the dude's face, can't you? As the aeroplane gets to that point, and he's just sitting in his house like, did that happen? Do you know what I mean?
Hold
Gets
on,
pure
go back
caught
to
up
the
in it. Gets pure caught up in it, man, and he's
Right.
pure like sharing it like, oh my god, that's what a pilot. That's amazing. That's amazing. While every cunt else on the internet's like, does he not realise that's GTA?
Wait, can we talk about? Hold on. He still thought it was real after the camera panned and it went into slow mo.
But you could slow a video down.
Fair point.
Yeah, but you can't pan it like that.
You could. There's a bit-
Directed.
Really? Go, really rise and fall like that? Was it? He's got the world's fastest drone or something? Well, watch. Like, hold on. Go back to the very start, right?
No, you're right. There's no way a man could be
first-
standing there. Yeah.
Wait,
The
look,
camera's
look,
quite
very
clearly
start. First of all,
following the truck.
It tracks the lorry. This is a track shot, right?
Yep.
So that's fine. It looks like you have to be set up to a rig or go in the same speed. But all of a sudden, it stops at the same time. And it somehow got time to slow time down and go to the side of the airplane before it hits the truck. Not like that. Get a really nice, well-lit shot. That's the thing. Get that angle perfect. Like, oh look, it's gonna hit it, so I'm gonna get it. Oh, it's just missed it. Not only that, I've now got time to spin around as fast as I can and go back to ground level. So I've somehow come off my track that I was on for the lorry before and gone down back to ground level and fly back up in the air to track it again.
I mean, it just sounds like me. Like you just don't have enough faith in people, Viper. Like, do you know what I mean?
If so, if that was ever done by a person in one continuous shot, hit me up because I want to hire you.
Fair point.
I will
I
pay.
don't
I will put
think,
myself
like,
in
we
tremendous
could do
debt
the
just so you
iPhone
don't
11.
work with anyone else.
You can
What's
fool
this
presidents
Vanessa's
into
put in
thinking it's
chat?
a real shot.
Alright,
fair, Donald
that's a
Trump probably will.
lapras. Right, okay, I have seen that thing before.
I love how like 10 minutes later he's like Google's the lapras like.
Oh,
I just clicked the link Vanessa put in chat. She googled it for me, man.
Don't miss the news.
Vanessa, anytime you want.
Aye, so
Oh,
what's
that's cool. Those are really
world's
cool.
first
though.
Lapras
That's
mascot
cool.
debuts in Miyagi?
I've always liked Lapras more than Pikachu, though. I fucking hate that wee prick.
I'm not gonna lie.
Pokemon hate.
The random Pikachu hate just out of nowhere. That wee prick.
Yeah, like Lapras was one of my favorite characters to play. Like, it was good. But I'm not gonna lie, as a kid,
I'm a
I
Squirtle boy.
fucking hated Pokemon. Like, I hated Pokemon with a vengeance as a kid.
I was so addicted to it on the Game Boy when it first came out. So addicted to it. So
Yeah,
addicted.
me too.
I missed so many games of Cupy with my mates going, we can fucking moan it and play Cupy, we need a keeper. And I'm like, shut up and play Pokemon. Fuck off.
Fuck up. The Elite Four's not going to beat itself.
Right, a wee bit of movie news, right? It's Sonic. It's Sonic, by the way, so prepare yourself.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh dear.
The team working on the Sonic movie need to get their fucking grip and learn from their mistakes. The producer, Tim Miller, has seen the new Sonic, and I quote, I think fans will like it. That's surely what he thought the first time as well, man. Like, come
It's almost
on,
like they're
mate.
repeating it.
Do we have a picture of the new one?
No, he did not give picture. This is one of the reasons I'm like, you can't come out and say, yo, the new Sonic looks brilliant. Like, Tim Miller has changed his design and has said fans will be happy with it. Will we, aye? Will we, aye? Can you speak for us, Mr. Tim Miller? Let's read a bit of the article then, right? The reveal of the live-action movie version of Sonic the Hedgehog earlier this year was either hilarious or catastrophic, depending on your level of interest. I think it was hilarious, right? Your level of interest in the movie and the success at the box office. Paramount obviously has very great interest in seeing the movie succeed. And the backlash was so strong that a month after the grand unveiling, it hit the brakes on the whole thing so it could rejigger the Blue Speedster. Rejigger? That's a cunty word to have chose. Like, holy fuck.
It's because thing is because it knew.
It sounds like a Scottish word though. It doesn't sound like a genuine word.
It does sound like
I
I
think
made
it's
up
because they knew
word.
that streamers would be talking about it, and he thought they could maybe get some of them banned.
That was a major move, and obviously not one taken lightly, but producer Tim Miller said in an interview with Variety that it was the right thing to do. Look, I was with the fans and so was Jeff, director of the film. When the shit hit the fan, I went over there and said, the most important thing to do, man, is say, I fucked up. right? So they did come in, they did say that. He already sent a tweet about an hour ago before I got there. He's a good man. It was exactly the right way to handle it. The fans have a voice in this too. There's a right way to listen. No, he's right. Obviously, he's going to say that movie producers don't generally admit up front that their films are going to suck. Right? Fucking the guy makes a great point there. But in this case, I'm just about ready to take him at his word. One advantage of a disastrous first impression is that you can only come up from there. And it's not as if they don't have well-established Sonic design to work from. Ditch the teeth, gogglify the eyes, maybe do something about the freaky legs and you're pretty much done, right? Sonic's the Hedgehog, about a cop in a rural town of Green Hills who helps Sonic escape from the government agents seeking to track him down for purposes that are better nefarious. Obviously that's what the fucking story was going to be like, people chasing after Sonic. But what do you think about that, Viper? Did you say you managed to get a picture?
Oh yeah, I thought I'd just share a redesign that I thought looked even better than the.
Oh right, this is the redesigned one. So get that, the one that came up on screen as a chest there. Holy fuck!
No,
that's better.
If you go to the very top, right? Should go to the very top.
It's this one, ain't it? The one on the right here. That's the redesign. It looks really good. This just looks like fucking a guy in a onesie, man, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm sorry, right? Do you know what that was? That was for the players who don't want to spend money and want to go to Primark to buy their cosplays instead. It's for that onesie. But like the thing is,
Primark
with
cosplays, Sonic is the movie for you.
The thing is with Sonic, and I'm pretty sure everyone could give me right. You've got a character. The A started off as a cartoon, right? But not only did it start off, it looks so unreal that there is no way in hell you could fix it by trying to make it more realistic. All you can do is make it look cute. If you want my prime example, Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
It's like there's this major problem with live action movies that's starting to appear, right? Pokemon done it perfect, right? Because there's no way that you can humify a Pokemon. I think that's why they got it perfect, right? I think that's why they got the live action movie so good, and Detective Pikachu was a massive hit.
Pikachu fur, that's all they done.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? They didn't try and humanize it in any way, right? He is a Pokemon, that's what he is. We're going to fucking make him fit. We're not changing him to fit the world. We're going to make him in a world where he will fit. Yeah, exactly. So why is the people behind Sonic, why are they going, let's try and make Sonic more human? He's a fucking fictional hedgehog that can run at the speed of sound, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Let's be real though, right? He could be in Area 51. We won't know until September 20th. He could be in Area 51. We don't know.
I do think though, right, like, I totally agree with you, right? But how the fuck do you take what was primarily a 2D character? Now, I know they've made it 3D and stuff now, but even then, it's still quite a, like...
It looks so unreal. That's how it works. It's because it's so unreal.
I totally agree what you're saying. Unless they go, like, the Roger Rabbit route. Like, genuinely, they could do, like, a Roger Rabbit.
Well, like Space Jam.
Kind of, yeah, like...
See, Space Jam's getting a remake.
What with LeBron James?
It's a genuine sequel.
What's a sequel?
Yeah, with LeBron James.
No, man, leave our 90s alone. That's my childhood. Pillage the 80s or something.
Fucking live action stuff, like, it's really pissing me off. Like, I don't get this fascination.
Cough, Disney, cough.
No, totally Disney. Like, I don't understand.
I went on a. I feel bad because Scottish Space Mechanic hasn't said.
I've said wee bits.
Say more. Speak, heathen. Speak, monkey.
He's just
speak.
Did he look good, right? He's the one with the he's the one with the face for radio, right?
Thanks.
Yeah, but like I went on a bit of a rant of this, and this was more tied in. This was more of a tie-in thing to when the whole
welcome to the podcast,
Ariel,
Scottish Space
Hello. When Ariel got cast, and it was what's her name? Is it Halle Berry?
Halle Berry.
Halle.
That's how young he is. He doesn't know how Halle Berry.
No,
she was once the sexiest woman on the planet.
It's not Halle Berry because that's who I've been getting confused with.
All right.
Her name was like Hal Bailey, and it's
All right. Sorry, my apologies.
But, oh, she can't play fucking she can't play Ariel because she's black, and Ariel was a redhead, you know.
Ariel was a fucking mermaid. She can make them
And
do
I'm like, it's a
whatever
fucking
colour you
mermaid.
want. Do you know what I mean? She was a fucking mermaid.
And,
Fucking
and
win.
the big fight.
See if
I've
we're
got
going to
against
talk
that
about
one-
stuff like that, why don't we talk about, see the film that was Kings of Egypt or some shit, and it was fucking Gerard Butler that was cast as a fucking Egyptian god? You're like,
Oh, yeah.
fuck off,
Yeah.
man. Do you know what I mean? See if the guy's Chinese in this fucking, basically, historical story. See if the guy's Chinese or he's Egyptian. Fucking cast an Egyptian actor.
And what about fucking Doctor Strange? And what's their fucking face? Like, yeah, sorry, I'm pretty sure whoever that should have been Asian and not an albino fucking blonde lassie. I think. No, it happens. all the
I can't
time.
comment on
It's
that one 'cause I
okay.
didn't actually read Doctor
It's
Strange, but-
okay for white people to appropriate people's culture, but God forbid that we recast people. The whole Ariel thing was just fucking racist. But the best thing to come out of it was, has anyone seen Terry Crews' edition?
Yes.
Ariel's dad.
No.
No, I
Give
haven't
link.
seen
Give link.
Not even that, right? Snoop Dogg to play Flounder, please. Eddie Murphy to play
Fucking
Sebastian.
definitely.
Make
Let's
it the Black Panther of the sea.
Let's let
The Black Panther
and
fish.
just have like the most powerful
Exactly.
black cast you can
Jet
have.
black.
Like, fuck them. You're gonna be racist. Fuck them.
Like,
But here's the other thing as well, right? Look at what would you say is one of the most successful and best done movies of all time?
That's
hype
hard.
train.
Yes, Hype Train. Look at my work, it was- But I'm pretty sure if you go into anyone's top 5 movies, there is a movie that is there, and it's called The Shawshank Redemption, right? In The Shawshank Redemption, it actually came from a book, and there is a character in The Shawshank. Are you playing the fucking Hype Train?
No.
But you've got a character in that film called Red. Now, in the book, Red was a red-haired Irish guy, and yet no one had a fucking problem with being Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, in the
There's
Shawshank, yeah.
actually a nod to it in the film. So
Yeah,
Morgan
he goes,
Freeman
maybe it's 'cause I'm
actually
Irish.
says,
And you're
they
like,
say,
you're not
"Why'd you
fucking
call
Irish."
him-" Yeah. They say, why'd you call me Red? And he says, maybe it's because I'm Irish. But no, totally. And I think that's the thing. I just think that nowadays as well, when Shawshank came out, there wasn't the social media that there is now as well. And I think this whole shit that you think that you can create a fucking change.org petition for anything. And it also pisses me off.
Isn't
as
that
well.
money?
You bring up a great point, Roisin.
Thing.
Like, we live in an age where anybody's tiny wee grievance, do you know what I mean? When Shawshank came out, the connectivity of people, you could only talk to people in work or people you'd met in the shop or whatever. But now if you don't like something, you go straight onto Reddit or straight onto wherever the fuck you go on the internet, and you've got hundreds, maybe thousands of people with the same petty opinion who are, because they're vocal, do you know what I mean? It's the same thing as you have a great meal, you and James go out for dinner, and you have a great meal, you 90% of the time don't leave a fucking review, right? But see if you have a bad meal, 90% of the time you do leave a review.
totally.
Do you know what I mean?
So that's a slightly interesting point I'm leading on to. And I used to work in the co-op, and one of the things they train you about is, which is kind of silly, but it makes sense, in the sense that if you give someone a positive experience and they leave having a positive experience, they'll tell 4 people.
Yeah.
Someone leave with a negative experience, they'll tell 8 to 9
Yeah, true.
out of 10 people.
It's just purely psychology,
is more powerful than positivity.
And I also think as well, like, the social media nowadays as well, like, I don't think everyone who went out and said that Ariel shouldn't be black was actually racist. I think some idiots just jumped on a bandwagon and then they were, like, totally ignorant to it. And then they realised, like, oh shit.
My brain can't rewire itself to see
I'm not
Ariel as
racist,
black. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you are. But I do
Like-
think that, like, I do think this is what I was going to say. Like, people say racism anymore, and that's the problem. Is I genuinely think people is so ingrained in our culture that I genuinely think people genuinely didn't realize that it was racist. Like, there was nothing not
There's
racist about that.
There's a weird
So
term
I
for it.
genuinely think that the problem is racism hasn't gone away. people just don't recognise it as blatant racist anymore.
Oh no, they try and
I genuinely think
justify
that's the
it, and
problem.
they think it isn't racism because they try and justify it.
Oh no, it totally is. But I think people don't see it anymore.
Oh no,
Like,
no,
I
I'm
genuinely
just
think
racist.
people
I'm
think,
no
"Oh, it's just
racist,
my
and then there's the crucial but, ain't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah, after
I'm not
seeing Black
racist, but
American
Asian people stand.
pretty much that's what people do, man.
Like my main grievance was like I put it on Twitter. I was like, oh look, she's black. Oh dear. How about instead of worrying what people look like in films, we make some original fucking movies? 90% of the films are fucking remakes.
Do you want to weigh in
Some
on this
original
one?
shit.
Do you want to
So
weigh in on
true.
it, Scottish? Do you want to weigh in on it?
Fucking so true. How many fucking films are after films that have been remade before? Like no offense, but a lot of them are old films remade.
I'm gonna be so
Jungle
angry.
Book pissed me off.
There's like 6 Jungle Books now.
Exactly.
My
Which one was fine?
Exactly.
My dad is 55 years old, right? And see when the Jungle Book was coming out, the remade one, he was pure giddy as fuck. The Jungle Book's his favourite movie, and he's like, yes, Jungle Book! And I'm like, oh my god, man. What is he doing? It's pure cutting about. You gotta see the Jungle Book.
Until the Five Nights at Freddy's movie comes out, people are gonna fucking
God, no.
love it or hate it. It's
That
gonna
can
happen.
that can straight up eat my shite.
I'd love to see Metal Gear movies. That's what I'd love to see. Do you know what I mean? I'd love to see a Metal Gear movie, but
But who would play Snape?
Kurt Russell's too old. Kurt Russell's
No
too
one
old.
cool
now.
enough. Nah.
Yeah. Well, do you know that Metal Gear's actually based off a couple of movies anyway?
It's
No.
Japan.
not really.
It's definitely
Metal
based
Gear
off something.
Solid. Metal Gear Solid is based off a movie called Return to something. What is it called?
Escape from LA.
Escape from LA. No, Return to Escape from LA and Escape from New York. They're both. It's Kurt
That's
Russell.
the ones, man.
Kurt Russell plays a guy who's trying to escape from these two cities, and he's basically a lone infiltrator. He has a fucking eye patch, the long hair and all that, the grizzly voice. That's where Hideo Kojima picked the character Snake up from. So, like,
Go.
remake.
He was literally called Pluskin or something.
Yeah, he was called Snake Plissken, yeah. And Metal Gear Solid, the main character is called Snake, and then when Solid Snake appears in Metal Gear Solid 2, when he's not got the codename Snake, he tells everybody that his name is Irikor Pliskin. So it's
Yeah.
quite
I know
evident
he's
that
not
fucking... Aye. But I'd like to see, like, adapt more games to be movies. Do you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
difficult because I'll full on a take like I'll say this right now. See us game fans.
create some
We are
characters.
so,
Do you know
we
what I
are
mean?
so fucking volatile.
Make them
We
into a
are
good
so
movie.
The
volatile.
Last of Us movies either
I agree.
going to have to be Shawshank Redemption levels of good, or people are going to lose their shit.
See,
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Really,
when that
it's-
comes out.
See, my
Screw
issue,
that.
right, is like I fucking love films that, like, I love the Resident Evil films.
I like the
Not
Resident
gonna
Evil
lie,
films as
right?
well. Yes.
Mainly because 16-year-old me was in love with Mila Jokovic. Like, I pretty much discovered my sexuality, and I was like, "Hi." So, like, that kind of did help.
You go see one of those films and you just got your tongue ready and we're like,
It's very much James would probably agree with me on this. It's like when we were 14, James, right? James is the same age as me. It's like we were 14 or 15 and they bring out Van Helsing with Kate Beckinsale and fucking skin tight leather,
Just
man.
sitting on the couch going, "Uh-oh."
Laura
Mom, I need to go to the toilet.
But the
Kate
thing is, though,
Beckinsale and
is
fucking Van
I
Helsing,
love
man.
them, even though. Can you please turn that off? It's so bright. James keeps fucking about with
But
the
it's
lights.
too dark otherwise.
It's not too dark otherwise. Fuck off. Okay, that is nice. Honestly.
It was- To ask one of the questions
So
that was in chat, Yaldi was asking. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, sorry, I didn't even realise you would do my fucking tits in.
Yaldi's asking, what do we think about 007 being a black woman?
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with
It's
it.
not that. I just personally, I think because the way Bond is, that I
She's
don't
not playing
think you
James
should
Bond though.
make-
She's not playing James Bond. She's not playing
Oh,
the
who's
character
playing?
James Bond. She's playing a different character. But all the writers have basically done have gone, so do you know that whole theory you guys had of 007 was a code name? Yeah, it's true.
Oh,
You haven't known that
And-
for a while.
and we're all like,
That's
"Oh,
always
okay."
been my theory for a while, though.
yeah.
Yeah, so James, I don't know what's going to happen. Well, is Daniel Craig got one more film left?
He's filming one right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So, well, it kind of
His
already
Bond
puts
movies are crap. I don't like him as Bond.
he's all right.
Only
He
one of
seems
his I
too
like.
angry.
Oh, yeah.
I know my favorite Bond.
Who's your favorite
Barry
Bond?
Brosnan.
Be anyone
Connery.
you like, ignore
Everyone
him.
should know it.
Connery.
Roger
Who the
Moore?
fuck said Brosnan?
Connery. It has to be Connery.
Who
I'm
the
sorry.
fuck said Brosnan?
Connery.
James
Lee.
likes Brosnan. Mine says I like Roger
No,
Moore.
GoldenEye. Suck it. It brought Bond back to
Nah,
awesomeness.
it's still shit.
Die in another
What I
day.
was going to say
Good
was...
Bond, shit movie.
Fair
What I
point.
was going to say was, when it comes to Bond, if the case had been that they were going to make a black female Bond, I'd have been pissed off, not because I don't think a black female can be Bond, but I do think that they should actually start looking at doing new stuff rather than reinventing all the time,
Yeah.
especially considering Bond came. It was incredibly misogynistic. It was very racist. I mean,
I have one
that
problem with the female James, the female 007, and that is I'm all for equality, right, between men and women, right? I don't get a problem with it, but see when women start taking roles that are men's roles, do you know what I mean? Like,
this is what I'm saying, yeah.
it's like we can
Make
have
that better.
movies where the woman is
something like
the
James
heroic, do you know what I mean? The heroine, yes, we can have it where she's a protagonist, yes. But see when it's a male role, do you know what I mean? And like you watch all these things
like
nowadays,
wrestling.
like take for instance Arrow and The Flash and stuff like that.
Yep.
90% of the fucking heroes now are tiny wee women who you can't buy into the fact that there's.
And
Do you know what I
who
mean? I think
replaces-
it's,
Main.
I've just figured something out actually that you might want to maybe think about. All
that's the only
James
problem
Bond
I've
films,
got is them
right?
replacing that fucking. Do you know what I mean? Where it clearly needs to be somebody who's physically strong, right? But you get this. It would be the same if it was a skinny wee guy. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? It's this skinny wee woman, and she's just cutting about flipping people who you can tell it's
Yeah,
quite
we
clearly
don't know what she
choreographed.
looks. She doesn't. We don't know what she looked like now. She could be fucking ripped. Like that could just be an old photo. Like
No, but I understand what Scott's saying though, right? Like, I don't think that is sexist. I don't know if any of you seen Killing Eve.
No.
No, right. So
yet.
it's a thing on BBC just now, and it's amazing. It's about female assassin and all that. It's really well written, and it's got like a diverse cast, but it's new fucking stuff. And the thing is the assassin is tiny, but she's really clever because she doesn't kill you with like strength. She kills you with like subtlety and stuff. But I totally
puts a gun
agree,
to your
right?
fucking face and goes bang. That's cool.
But I know what you mean. Right? Stuff like that. Why have we not got women with massive fucking thighs? Like, there's bodybuilding women out there. Female wrestlers are starting to actually be allowed to look like.
Give me Zarya. I want Zarya. Give me Zarya.
But no, it's true though. Like, why? Like the woman, I don't know her real name, but played Michonne. She was in Black Panther and all that. She's like, her body's amazing. You actually believe she could fucking kill you with her thighs. Like, she's fucking strong. But I totally get what you're saying. But this is what pisses me off, is why. So like you were saying, there's like female Thor, female Hulk, and all that. That pisses me off. Why can't you come up with new ideas? Stop revamping the universe. Stop suddenly fucking making people.
Aye,
gay
let's
or
have a
She-
pensioner superhero, like a granny
shit in the
superhero that
past,
saves the
make
day with
new
pork
shit
pies. Do
that's
you know what I
actually
mean?
relevant.
Yes.
Charles, that's called
also
Watch Dogs
hate as
Legion.
well that in a lot of these things, they can't just say that they're gay or whatever like that. They need to have like some sort of fucking banner and fucking I'm gay, I'm the black, like big fucking whip, right? Why I love Borderlands, and there's loads of other things like this, is the person is black, the person is gay, the person is white, the person is straight. It fucking doesn't matter. It's like a sideline to the, like, some of them you don't even realise, they just say their husband or that, and it's always the same sex. That's what we need to start pushing towards. Stop going back in and reinventing shit just so you're diverse, just so. And this whole, like, it was Pride Month, right? And fucking everyone thinks like there's a River Island advert of two female designers who are a couple. and it looked like it was okay. But then they say how like they've been together for like 2 months, and I'm like, you couldn't have found like a strong, powerful actual couple that have been together for years.
You couldn't find a fucking actual gay couple.
Two cute lesbians who happen to be.
Wouldn't it be hard? Like, attention, gays!
All the fucking time. There's like LGBT stuff. It's wonderful that people are.
It's a bit much getting that through in your face for a month, though, ain't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're all for it. Do you know what I mean? My youngest brother's gay. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't have a problem with it, but stop throwing it in my face. Stop saying to me, do you know, you need to be on board with this. Change your Facebook profile to have all the multicolours and all that, or you're against it, because that's the way people look at you. Do you know what I mean? Like, stop forcing it down people's throats. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's weird as well, because the people like me and Trust that are like, oh, you're gay. Okay.
I mean, I'm open to it, right? Like, when I was a teenager, I was fucking I questioned my sexuality when I was a teenager, and I tried it. I kissed a guy, but see, like, when I was doing it, I was like, oh, I don't like this. Do you know what I mean? So, like, fucking hands up. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm totally open to it. Just stop throwing it down people's throats. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're no gay, you're no gay. It makes you feel like...
Now, let's all do that with religion as well, please.
Yes, but, like, religion's much easier to palm off. Do you know what I mean? Because now we have all this proof. Do you know what I mean? That spaghetti monsters aren't real. You could create I could create a fucking religion in my basement.
Sorry, what?
Spaghetti monsters are not real.
I'll think you find
unless you put googly eyes on your spaghetti and chase your wife about with it or something. I don't know. That's a spaghetti monster, I suppose.
Is that what he does?
Just imagine James putting googly eyes in a bowl of spaghetti, man, dangling it through the roof, chasing fucking big flying spaghetti monster.
Anyway, on fucking James Bond, I actually noticed something. What is the name of the films? Because the new one,
the one that Daniel Craig's in, or the new one?
No, the movies themselves. Not one single James Bond film has the word James Bond in the title. Doctor No, Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You'll Live Twice, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Diamonds Are Forever, Live and Let Die, The Man with a Golden Penis, The Spy Who Loved... Oh wait, that's a porn remake. The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, Never Say Never Again, A View to Kill, The Living Daylights, License to Kill, GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, blah 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 blah. Right? However, all of them have one thing in common, and that is on the title, like in the picture, the number 007. The films aren't about
James Bond.
The films are about 007.
Yeah.
He just happens to be called James Bond.
But like almost a century of fucking movies about 007 and 007 only being James Bond. You can understand why people have made that connection. Do you know what I mean?
I'm wrong.
Same argument could be made about Doctor Who.
You're right. The same argument could be made about Doctor Who. The Doctor changes, but it's the title, Doctor Who. Do you know what I mean?
And Doctor's androgynous, so...
Aye, Doctors are fucking ambi.
SMviper, you were wrong.
The new film is coming out in 2020. It's called Bond 25.
Is it the 25th Bond film?
Yeah.
Is that a code name, or is that what is actually being released?
Maybe that's going to be Bond's new name, 25. Maybe he's going to be like, maybe he gets injured that badly, he has to take an office position. Maybe this movie isn't about him fighting a villain. Maybe it's fighting the villainous rigmarole that is administration. That's what the new film's about.
Oh, this is like totally off topic, but kind of like that. Did anyone see? Is it Final Fantasy 13? Basically, they did this thing, and it was like
Thank you for the follow.
People were buying up. I don't know. I haven't fucking because it's shite. But anyway, like they bought houses.
Well, right, Madcap just unfollowed.
And all of these people
bye, Madcap!
Being so angry because they can purchase the land and they're saying it's unfair and all this kind of stuff.
You don't really play Final Fantasy.
I've not played that one.
All right, man.
14 is the online one.
Oh no. But basically they were laughing because it's basically what they've done is create like a real life monopoly of the houses and lands, and loads of people are fucking freaking out and angry because they've changed the kind of, and they're like calling for like basically for socialism. It's quite funny.
Connor just pissed on a cunt. Do you know what's very similar to socialism?
Shut up, Viper. He's got to start talking about communism. Like,
No, it's like I was it straight right. I'm not a communist. I'm a socialist. There's a difference. There's a subtle difference, but there's a difference.
He doesn't believe
I still
in
love
putting,
the colour red, however.
Like, there's always got to be one argument against capitalism that I'm always got to bring forward for anybody, or communism that I'm always got to bring forward, and that is, so, see, under communism, have you ever heard of Cannibal Island, Viper?
Yes, I have.
Where
I went
fucking
on holiday. It was great.
Joseph Stalin put basically all the fucking all the people over the age of 70, disabled people, people that have lost limbs, people that can't see, they all put them on the same island and cut off all supplies, and they all ate each other. And that was in the 70s.
Damn.
Do you know what I mean? So, yup, communism, nope, no thank you.
Socialism.
Socialism is a much better thing.
Well, I'm with you, Viper.
Well,
me
cool.
too.
You can make a wage
I'm
and make
all
sure
for
everyone has
socialism.
basic necessities. Just spend what you. Just do as a favour, though.
But see, if socialism's going to work, you need to get rid of big government. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
if socialism's going to work, it needs to be councils have much more control over their constituency than the government does, because the government is making decisions based on the whole country, which fucking my town is not the whole country. Do you know what I mean? So
I totally agree with you. I don't know if you know. Do you know like who Pablo Freire is?
no.
Guy Fieri.
Guy
Fieri, like Flavor Flav.
No. Anyway, he writes about like. Do you know what community development is?
Mm-hmm.
Right, my mum's a community development worker, and basically what she does is, she's a socialist as well, and it's a very, when her job works, when she gets the right fucking funding, it can be a very progressive socialist job, because what you do is you go in and you talk about what the community needs, and then you feed back and you get funding. You're totally right. Big government doesn't fucking work. Scotland in itself, the reason if Scotland became independent would be able to work a lot better is because it is so fucking small. But even
Scotland's
then,
a very socialist country. We are a
it
very
is a really
socialist
like
country.
fucking. Jesus,
Larry
like,
Dean.
we are 2
Larry
minutes
Dean said it
away, right?
perfectly.
Like where we from, it used to be called like Little Moscow, like where I was brought up.
Right, okay.
There's no, for real, right? So if you look up, like my neighbouring town, the Renton, right? If you look it up, after the Second World War, the men who fought here decided that it wasn't enough that they just won the war, because fascism was still happening. So what they did was they went to Spain and they fought in the Spanish Civil War against Franco.
Mm-hmm.
And we've actually got a Spanish bill. And whenever anything happens with Palestine, our local government, like our council, fly the Palestinian flag in like in unison and all that. Like to unite us and to realise that our struggle's our struggle. We live 2 seconds away from Engel Street and all that. Like, what? But then, yet,
Location confirmed.
Like Candonian says there in chat, big government would work if we could choose who was in charge and it wasn't just nutters applying for it. Now, he's very right there. Now, if you could choose somebody for your local area without, do you know what I mean? Like, no, you, sir, are going to be a politician, but I just want to fucking fix cars. No, you're a politician, you're our politician, do you know what I mean? It probably would work better like that. But
the problem is it costs so much money to run, and then so I don't know if you know this, right? So even as a councillor, right, it costs money to run, it costs money to promote, to create flyers and all that, and to actually go out and canvass. It costs a fuck ton of money.
And that's why the rich get votes.
Not just that, right? Say there's 5 people standing, you must have a percentage of those votes to make your money back. Otherwise, you're actually way, way, way out of pocket. So not only do you lose, you actually have to pay to lose. So the reason
That's why the working class will never be in power. It's because we can't afford it.
Totally, right? So like, we locally have, so I used to be heavily, so I actually do know what I'm talking about, in the Scottish Socialist Party. I was on the NEC My mum stood for council locally. But the Scottish Socialist Party, I'm really sorry, guys. These are fucking dead, right? I'm sorry. It's gone. It's dead. The left.
You're also
is
using our
fucked.
communist colours. Stop doing that.
So basically, locally, they started something called the Community Party. And God, that's exactly what it's about. It's about local people saying, do you know what?
TCP, isn't
you
that a
want to
drug?
make a difference. It doesn't fucking matter if you're Sparky by day, you're a politician by night. And it's about helping them, and there's like local funding and all that in order to try and
Sparky by
help them.
day.
Doreen running for the Waistcoat Party.
Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard of a
Sparky
concept
big,
called
big difference.
ostracism?
They don't give a fuck about being elected to Parliament. They only care about local issues, and it's wonderful.
Aye, we do
makes a
need
big
to
difference
transition to stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So as the local, so as there's people like in local
That's why it's called the
communities.
Community Party.
Aye, like it's a great idea. But have you ever heard of a concept called ostracism?
I don't know. Scottish Space Mechanic, have you heard of ostracism?
No, I have not.
Please, I feel really bad.
I'm just making faces down over here.
Ostracism it was a term in ancient Greece, right? The first democracy, they had ostracism. And basically what ostracism was is there was a vote held each year, and if one person's name, if one person's name get voted above a certain number and then they were the top person voted, they get kicked out of the society. Do you know what I mean? So like I'd be putting names forward like Nigel Farage, ostracism. Do you know what I mean? Like never allowed back in your fucking country. Do you know what I mean? Like shit like that. I'd really like that. But people
Just
would
say it,
probably
all the people who are
fucking
for Brexit.
abuse it. Do you know what I mean? Like just
See all the people who are for Brexit right now.
there's nobody
know
for
about-
Brexit.
Oh no, I mean like all the
Scottish
like,
Space Mechanics for Brexit. There you go. Sorry.
how do you kick people from a call?
Can I just
Uh,
quickly ask, right? Like, not in a bad way at all. Like, I'm not. I have a lot of friends who voted for it tactical reasons because they hate the fucking EU.
Reason
So
why I wanted 4 breakfast left is the fact of I'm up here in Aberdeen, and
You said breakfast.
yeah. Sorry, hungry.
The reason I am for breakfast: scrambled eggs,
Sausage.
bacon.
Viper's like, do you want to speak, Space Mechanic? And as soon as you speak, I'll cut you right off.
What were you saying?
The reason I'm for is the fact of up in Aberdeen we've got all oil and stuff, and it's going down as the oil price of basically has lowered over the last couple of years, as everyone knows, because of the recession. But the reason we're for is the fact of it is so much money of our percentage of oil that we bring to the shore is taken away as to the European Union. So if we overall, for Aberdeen's current, not profit, but overall money bringing in,
GDP.
if we leave the EU, yes, that's
Sorry.
the word I was looking for. If we leave the EU, that will increase. And it will not match all the stuff we are losing from the EU, but it'll be an increase. The one thing wrong with Britain at the current moment is there's a lot of businessmen, say from, you know, the whiskey trade up in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whiskey trail.
Almost 100% of that is owned by Chinese businessmen, not Scottish.
I knew that.
Chinese.
Mhm.
That is just something that is wrong with Britain at the current moment in Scotland.
Well, it's not wrong. It's just that's just the current state of
Oh,
China.
yeah.
For lands
Fuck it.
owned by English.
Yeah, if they're gonna
So,
make
like,
everything, they might
we
as well
constantly-
own it as like.
Exactly.
It's not because they're Chinese. Scotland should own it, so
Oh,
own,
yes, definitely, 100%.
produce and stuff. I know what you're saying, but just in case it came off wrong.
No, yeah, maybe
100%.
probably come off wrong.
No,
Vanessa,
but
we're
see,
not
at the same
racist. Please
time,
don't break up with me.
it's no racist. It's no racist to say China shouldn't own fucking Scottish whiskey. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly.
it's no racist. It's no
My
racist.
whiskey.
It's
I
just
know, I'm
fucking whiskey. Get your fingers at it. Do you know what I mean? Fucking.
To be fair though, Japan makes some pretty nice whiskey.
They've got their rice win. They can keep that. I want my whiskey back.
It's a really interesting concept. So I actually voted against it. Like, I don't want Brexit. However, if Scotland was independent, then we shouldn't be part of the EU. I fucking hate the EU. I think the EU is wonderful when it comes to students and immigrants and all that, and I'm totally up for that. But you're totally right. Now, the reason I'm saying this, Scottish farming laws have always been ahead of the EU. They take it from us. I know this because one of my best friends actually works for the government as a vet and as a consultant. Dodge me. I know what I'm talking about, I swear. And not just that, but see, when it comes to like human rights and stuff, now, yeah, okay, but that's not actually the problem. Is exactly as you say, is commerce and things like that. Now, they do not fund our NHS. They do not. So that's why that we give so much money to fund all this stuff. Yeah, we give the EU money. Yeah, we get subsidies, right? But if we could have a sort of understanding where students and education, immigrant workforce could still move freely, totally up for that. I'm so okay with that. But when it comes to governor-owned land, if we are under Tory party rule and English rule, then fuck yeah, EU, because they are better than that. Because the Tory government literally want to strip us of rights. However, if we can have an ideal, actual, independent, socialist Scotland, then therefore I don't actually want to be governed by the EU.
See,
because
I agree with you.
There is commerce issues. There's not just that though. There's loads of issues with the EU, and I personally don't really. It doesn't sit right with me. But I will continue to vote to remain because of the current climate.
There's only one reason I'm for the EU, the new, right? And the only reason I'm for it is because if we get Brexit, then it's most likely Scotland's going to gain independence. Now, that has always been my goal. That is what I want, right? That's the only thing I want politically now. Until we get that, I'm not willing to think beyond that, right? My opinion is that if Scotland does get independence, we should fucking abolish the SNP party, because the SNP party is to fucking just get us away. As soon as we get independence, we should abolish that party, or we risk becoming not Nazi Germany, but along the same fucking lines. Do you know what I mean? Nowhere near to the fucking degree that the Germans were. But that's, if we keep the Nationalist Party, that's the only thing that will happen. Do you know what I mean? We'll start to hate other countries and we'll start to close ourselves off and stuff like that. So we need to get rid of that. But I'm also against the EU for the reasons we were talking about earlier. Like, it's a big government. It's a fucking European-wide government. Now, how the fuck are the cunts in Croatia wanting the same things as me? Do you know what I mean? Like,
fair point.
They stay on a different fucking continent. Their economy's completely different. Do you know what I mean? They don't have whiskey that's owned by the Chinese. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's the reason I'm against the EU.
The Chinese though, that's nothing to do with governmental though. Political. That's all business.
Oh yeah.
Like, so, like, even if we did leave, the Chinese would still own our fucking whiskey.
The Scottish guy who did own the whiskey thing's gone like, the Chinese offered me millions.
That it's
I think it was more than millions.
About investors and stuff like that, and I know what she means.
But
I do think, like, I think when it comes to the fact that a lot of Scottish land is actually either owned by the national park, which therefore isn't us, or by private. Incredibly, doesn't matter what fucking country you come from.
Okay, fair.
Middle, upper class, lords and ladies. That's the fucking issue. It's not the fact that the land is owned by whatever nationality it is. Like, there's loads of free roaming and things like that, laws in Scotland and squatting laws and all that are really interesting. But at the end of the day, it really pisses me off that Scotland's such a huge country when it comes to land vs population, because although it's a small country, our population is fucking tiny. We have so much land mass, and as you said about the oil and the water and the fishing, and then not just the oil, the natural resources, but also the wind power, all this kind of renewable.
I was actually about to say, I don't think we can actually really rely on.
No, exactly.
Go into renewable energy. Sorry, Aberdeen, but you're fucked.
Fucked already.
Are you a windy city? Are you a windy city?
Not that much.
Are you a coastal city? Aberdeen's a coastal city, right? Hydropower. That's where you need to go. Fuck oil. Hydropower.
But this
Don't
is what
say
I'm saying. So
don't say that. I'm a hydraulic engineer. Don't say that.
What? Sorry, Rasheen?
I do, like, this is what I was going to say. Like, it is annoying that they're taking oil reserves, but I actually think and stop farming it and things like that, and like the fracking stuff and all. But what I was going to say is the fact that we have all of this land, but actual Scottish people don't own the right amount of. So you've got people in severe poverty and people like that literally don't have a house, but you've got houses being built on beautiful land. It's not even like, so like, you know, like green and brown industrial. Yeah. So like, instead of clearing old houses that are shit, factories are no longer needed. They just go.
It's the
and they
fucking.
start building
It's the quality of houses they're building as well.
wildlife.
Like the
No,
private
it's-
sector's building cheap as fuck houses, and then the council, if the councils ever build houses, they're building them really fucking cheap. And then like, I don't know, like most towns in Britain have got a wee bit of the town that's made out of timber houses, right? Timber houses for 1946 or 47, these houses were built, right? And it was actually IKEA. When IKEA was founded, it was founded by, or they were making furniture, but they were originally making timber houses that they were selling and sometimes gifting to European countries after the Second World War to help with the housing crisis. And see those timber houses? They are fucking still standing. They're in better condition than fucking houses that were built in the 1980s by fucking modern technology and
What
fucking
happened,
concrete.
IKEA? Why is your shit turned shit?
Do you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
because they started placing things like Skadal and Headloo as the comment, and we don't know what we're buying. Excuse me, I'd like to buy a house. I'd like to buy a Headloo. Sir, why is a chest of drawers just arrived? Like,
but I
Wait,
could like take
Harley.
back to what Roisin's saying. Nobody can actually own any land in Britain. You can only have a 99-year lease, and you're called what's called the tenant. The Queen owns all the land in Britain. Believe it or no, the Queen has actually got a lot of crown land in fucking America. Do you know what I mean? The district of St Columba, where the White House sits, is crown land. It's owned by the British Crown. So, what does that tell you?
What's it if one day she goes, you know what? I'm going to start charging you motherfuckers rent.
But the thing is,
It'd be
you
fucked.
the Queen has a lot more power than people like to believe, by the way. Like,
Oh,
a
yeah,
I
lot
don't
she's
think
more.
mad.
she knows how much power she has.
No.
Yeah, she-
Sorry, I know I'm sideways, but it's because I'm petting. I have a dog right now, and dog is wanting cuddle. Dog shall get cuddle.
But we'll switch the subject. Have you heard about Prime Day on Amazon? Prime Day on Amazon is basically
Amazon Prime sub.
it's going to be pretty much something to rival. Oh, no, it's no Prime. What is it? I put it in as Prime Day, right? Okay. But it's basically going to rival Black Friday, and it starts on the 15th, I think. The 15th and the 15th and the 16th of July. I'll read a wee bit of this article, right? Because it looks as if it's got to be quality. A 2-day parade of non-stop deals on the 15th and 16th. Don't forget to sign up for Amazon Prime. I've already got Amazon Prime, right?
Give
Now
us your
this-
Twitch sub.
Now established as the other big online sales event of the year, Amazon Prime is almost here. It represents a well-timed summer opportunity to knock some things off your wish list and take advantage of some of the Amazon Prime Day PC deals, which will almost certainly appear. It's only been beaten by Black Friday in terms of serious price crashes, so it pays to be prepared for anything that might pop up and take your fancy. However, you can't get any of the hopefully excellent Amazon Prime Day PC deals if you're not an Amazon Prime member. This is the membership that gives you next day delivery and access to Behemoth's TV service, among other things. Just having regular Amazon membership will not be enough to take advantage of this event. So you need to have the proper one that you get Amazon Prime TV, that way. On top of the Amazon Prime PC deals, there are also some other features and benefits of getting involved this year. There's a Prime Day concert featuring Taylor Swift performing live and exclusively for Prime
Already
members.
uninterested.
And there's also some live gaming events on
This
Twitch.
was targeted at white people.
There's also some live gaming events on Twitch where you can watch teams of celebrities battle against each other in games
Oh,
like
like fucking
Apex
Ninja,
Legend,
the fucking Taylor
only
Swift
viewable in
of
Prime
Twitch.
members. It's they're pretty much got to put celebrities fucking playing video games now. And great news, as of today, the UK Amazonians are currently money off the annual subscription fee. You can get £20 right off right now, reducing the overall cost to just £59 for the year. Also, wherever you are, you might be eligible for a free 30-day trial, so it's worth clicking around to see what's available. Get that 30-day free fucking trial and get all your deals, man, and then you don't need to pay the membership. That's a fucking good point, man.
That's literally what you do, right?
To be fair though, you can actually buy some really dodgy shit off Amazon. I bought this off Amazon.
What is that?
Here.
What is
Ninja
this?
Star.
This, do you remember when fidget spinners were the thing?
Mm-hmm.
But if I
Right.
just found still my fucking
I
thing.
bought this. Now, who plays Overwatch?
No.
Nobody.
Alright. There's a character called Genji in Overwatch who is a shuriken throwing badass, and this is a Genji fidget spinner, right? Now that's all cool and everything, except there's one problem. This is die-cast metal.
Oh dear God.
Yes.
And put it this way, right? Have I got cardboard? Yeah, I do. Right?
Pardon me.
Stab.
Right. Cardboard. Sorry, Gene Stealers, but I hate you anyway. Right? Oh, okay.
GG.
It's a bit blunt, right? But like,
This is pure danger. This can he puncture a cardboard box? Look.
like that's. But the thing is, it's metal. Is the main thing. Plastic wouldn't have done that easily. Neither did that. But there you go. But it's like it is like I had to like physically actually take a file to this and be like, cool, because I was spinning it and going like this. Ow. Like, but I'm just thinking, right? And of course, it's a shuriken. What did I do with it? Fucking yeeted it, right? And of course, like, I'm like, no, I'm doing
He
that,
did
right?
in
So
the
I'm
hallways. His maw turns into the fucking hallway.
There's a reason I'm an orphan. It's like
We went to
I
my
just-
aunties one night, right? Me and my wee brother, we went to our aunties one night talking about that, right? And we're throwing fucking snowballs at my auntie's fucking house, right? Throwing them at her front door, trying to get my cousins to come out, right? And my wee brother throws this snowball, and just at the perfect time, my auntie Alison opens the door and goes, "Gonnie, boof!" Fucking yes! Sorry, Viper.
but like, if I'm doing this, right, then a 10-year-old is definitely going to be throwing it at school, perhaps at another child, and that child has now become Snake. Like it's just that's just how it. So yeah, watch out on Amazon because you can get some dodgy fucking shit.
Another funny story about snowballs, just as I'm thinking about it, is me and my wee brother were having a snowball fight, right? And I picked this snowball up and I fucking sconed him right in the face with it, to the point where it hit him right there, right? They started crying. And see when he like went down into a wee ball on the ground, man, he stops crying and all you hear from him is, "Oh." Turns out, seeing the snowball I'd picked up, I'd crushed a 20 quid note and smacked him right in the face with it. And he's just
You
like,
didn't get a 20 quid note
yes, I
back,
didn't
did
get any of that money. I didn't get any of that money, man. We could have kept it all himself, man.
There was I went to America when I was 9 years old, and we went to Florida, obviously, went to Disney World, and at the same time we also went to Tampa, and we went to on a side note, by the way, you don't actually realize how big America is until you go from Orlando to Tampa, and it's a 4.5-hour fucking car journey.
America's huge, mate. America's
You don't realise
fucking
that.
huge.
Like, I was listening to a podcast between Colt Cabana and Killian Dane, who's now in the WWE, and they were talking about training, right? And Damo at the time, who's from Ireland, goes, "Yeah, we used to drive 30 minutes out of is it Belfast he's from? Yeah,
I don't
drive
know,
30
Damo.
minutes out, drive 30 minutes out of our hometown to go and train." And Colt Cabana goes, 30 minutes? That's nothing, because he's from Chicago. You drive 30 minutes, you're not even out Chicago. Like, it's like
That's why America has big 6 fucking lane highways and all that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
because you're driving for ages. But like, anyway, I got onto went to Tampa. We go to Busch Gardens, which is amazing. I love Busch Gardens. And on one of the roller coasters there, I sat behind this obviously American man. And as hands up for the roller coaster, his hat flies off, and I catch it. I have a hat, and then I'm off the ride, and he goes, "Oh, thank you so much for catching my hat, little man." And before I hand it back, and put it this way, my dad praised this move. I went, $20.
Only in America.
You're even better. What would be the correct way to do that situation? Like, for example, Roisin, if your child came up to you, they took your phone and went 20 quid, what would you do?
Right, that literally happened last week. She drew this beautiful picture and she said, "Daddy, I drew you a picture. £1, please." No fucking word of a lie.
I actually wish.
We're not fucking joking. Like, she is fucking 7 and she fucking worked it out. Yeah, we just laughed at her, said it's not worth £1 then.
Capitalism. but here's the best part, right? This man did not go half very funny, give me the hat. He went, "Will you take 5?" And he tried to haggle with at the time a 9-year-old.
Can you imagine that, right?
For his own hat.
Let's just put that exact same scenario, take it from our bush gardens and put it in M&D's, right? You're on the tornado at M&D's, right?
We must go to M&D's.
Put your hands up, you catch a guy's hat, it's a Burberry cap, you come off the ride and you're like that, 20 quid. The cunt's got to be like that. Bum! Do you know what I mean?
Really,
like,
get a Buckfast bottle to the face.
do you know what I mean?
On that, I actually think we should do IndiScots meet up at M&D's.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah.
We need to do another IndiScots meetup because it was a year ago this week that we done the first meetup, and we done go-karting last year. We all went to Scott Kart. It was fantastic. I ran Yaldi into a wall. He hated
fantastic.
it.
I almost killed someone.
It was... know who Martin Wishart is?
No. I heard the name. I do know the name.
He's a Michelin star chef. He's based out of Leeds. But I used to work for him when I was a chef. We went to a car and I accidentally crashed into him. It was a genuine accident. And for the rest of the day, I was like, "Sorry, chef, sorry, chef, sorry, chef." Like the big boss. I was like, "I love you. I'm so sorry."
You got put in KP that week, didn't you?
Yeah.
I said you got put on KP that week, didn't you?
No, like I had the biggest crush on Wishart because he was such a cool guy and just because he's a good chef and stuff. But but I'll never forget my head chef used to tease me because I used to get a bit starstruck by him whenever he used to come in the kitchen because he wasn't always in our kitchen. He used to come visit our kitchen, and I remember my head chef knew that I'd be a pure mess. And Wishart came round and I was it was the end of the year. We used to close for the whole January. And I was cleaning out the fridges and stuff, and I was kneeling down, kind of doing stuff. And he was like, "Oh, if I don't see you, Merry Christmas," gave me in the cheek. And he's like, "Happy New Year," gave me a kiss in the cheek. And my head chef behind me goes, "It's our birthday today." And I was just like, "What are you gonna kiss now? You're terrified."
What are you gonna kiss now if she does that bit in the movie with Lego?
Really funny. But yeah, he was just "Happy birthday," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
To be fair, I'm surprised
myself for a little while and sat this is awkward.
To be fair, I'm surprised I didn't get fired when I worked at Hamley's, because there was one time where we had some Christmas temps in, and one of the temps really fancied one of the guys who worked for security, and every time this guy would come down, you could see because her face would go bright red, right? Now, I don't know why I done this, and Vanessa, you don't know, but it's because you weren't in this. As the security guy and they were talking, I just went past and put a wet floor sign next to her and walked away. Nobody noticed but one of my colleagues who went.
See how we're just talking about kitchen etiquette, right?
No, I think the stream's frozen.
Oh no, it's fine.
All right, it's
Is
just
it? Oh, it's us then. It's supposed to...
Right, Scottish space mechanic. You'll know that I'm an electrician, so our trades are pretty much similar. We work with similar tools and stuff, right? So the jokes we play on the apprentices are pretty much similar, right? Go to the van and get us a long stand. Go to the van, get us a left-handed screwdriver, right? Go up there, check in the store if they've got polka dot paint.
What? One more. Tartan paint. Have you ever been got by that?
Polka dot paint is what I was standing in the store one day. I was a tradesman by this point, and a painting apprentice walks in and he goes, "You get any polka dot paint, right?" And the store guy, to his absolute credit, knew straight away what was happening. He did his face, didn't he? Moving it. He's like, "Give me 2 seconds, I'll go check if there's any left." And he never come back. And the fucking the guy, the wee painter apprentice is standing there, and like the other store guy comes back with my stuff. I was in the store for about 20 minutes, and as I'm walking out the door, I go, "By the way, think about it. How are they got to make polka dot paint? How?" And he goes, "Is that a joke?" And I'm like, "Aye, it's a joke." Like, oh, holy fuck, man. But like the one that got me was a long stand. I'm like in the store waiting on this guy bringing like a long something. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just, it ends up you're the one doing the long stand in the store. That's the whole joke. But
I've heard of it being called a long wait, but long stand.
A long stand is the one they get as way. But
I heard that one. I didn't get got by it though.
Is there any?
When we were chefing, there was.
That was my question. What sort of jokes do you play on the chef apprentice?
Chop the flour. There was go and get a leg
the
of salmon. Yeah, we need fine flour to like whatever it was, like particularly on pastry. You would say like we need to make really fine flour, so you need to like chop the flour to make it really fine, and you would get guys sitting chopping flour.
Oh no, you know if they've done cocaine if they start doing it really quickly, like.
The leg of salmon was pretty good, but I was actually the opposite. So like I went to work at Wishers, and they told me like, so I was waiting for the joke because I'd only just started, and I was like waiting for the joke. I was the only girl in the kitchen, and I was like, I'm gonna catch them, whatever they ask me, catch them. So the sous chef said to me, "See you later on." Like, so, although I was a commie, like I really was interested in fish and stuff like that, so I really wanted to get on like the fish prep area. So he said to me, "Later on, I'm getting in about 6 cod heads, and we're gonna prep them." And I was like, "Sound, not a problem." And he was like, "We need to take out all cod. We need to take out the cheeks, the tongue, and the throat for a dish that we do."
You get cod cheeks, don't you?
Right. So I knew you had cod cheeks, but the tongue and the throat, and I was like, "All right, chef, not a bother," because I thought, am I gonna look like a complete dick, going like, they don't test it, or so I thought I just play it cool, and I was like, "No, chef." So like the cod head comes in. Now I don't know what scared me more: the fact that cod tongues are like a fucking cow tongue, the fact that they actually do have a throat and it's fucking delicacy, or the fact that their teeth are fucking evil and their tongue has a complete bone through the middle. He was not taking the piss. So I was like standing my first day, like, when's the joke happening? The joke was I fucking had to prep 6 cod heads. That was
oh fuck,
but yeah,
man.
they've got like a huge tongue. It's pretty creepy, and it's got a solid bone through the middle.
This wasn't like a apprentice. It was just my dad. But when I got my first car, obviously I didn't know much about cars because I do bikes. Like I do BMXs, mountain bikes, and everything, right? And he sent me to Halfords and went, "Right, I'm going to give you a list. Right, do you want to write it down?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I wrote it down. So I went, "So I need new bulbs for your car, new headlight bulbs, right? I need this type of oil. I need if you want, it's like if you want, you can get some antifreeze for your car and everything, right?" And I went, "I need blinker fluid." So I go into the Halfords, like, I'm in there for 25 minutes.
No.
Looking for blinker fluid, and then it clicks to me, like, wait, blinker fluid. And I was like, "Oh, fuck
doesn't
me."
exist.
So
Well done.
I go outside, and he's no there. Do you know where the fuck it is? He's in fucking Nando's. What he done is set me in and went, "Cool, I'm gonna go to Nando's because I know I've got time to have a meal and come."
GG Vipers, Dan. But aye, that's all the time we have for this week. We will be going to Resonate on the Saturday, we'll be working for the special effect charity at Resonate. If you're going to Resonate at the SECs this week, be sure to drop in and see us. There's the links for special effect. They're a great charity. What special effect do is, if you're disabled in any way, or you can't play a computer, or do you know what I mean, you struggle to use like a keyboard or a controller, they'll custom make a peripheral for you. It's very, very cheap because of the charity. It only costs them the price of a normal controller, and they get one custom built for them. So we'll be at Resonate, we'll be working for them on the Saturday. Come and see us, we'll explain Resonate, we'll explain special effect, we'll show you all the stuff they've got to do, and we'll be doing some more streams for them over the course of the year as well. But thank you to SquareGoGamers for joining us this week. Roisin and James, thank you.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Thank you to Scottish Space Mechanic for joining us as well. Cheers for joining.
Thank you for having me.
You're most
Thanks for
welcome.
saying 4 words.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's 6 now. Sorry.
And thank you to my co-host SMviper, who's above me as always. Be sure to check out our sister podcast, The Fawk Chronicles. It's called The Unmonetisables. Links in the description if you're watching it on YouTube. !Fawk in chat. That's FAWK in chat. And we'll see you all next week, guys. We'll be back live in another 5 minutes to play Jackbox and stuff. You know the rules. It gets a bit messy. Won't have a laugh, and we'll see you all next time. Cheers for joining us, guys, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm already Genji!
Build this network on Scots with soul. Aye, so if you want to stick about for some Jackbox and that, Roisin, James, and Connor.
Scots
with
I've got Scarrow.
No worries, dude. Pleasure meeting you and stuff.
Pleasure
Yeah,
meeting you.
bye,